Well, hello, a very happy Sail Talk Saturday to you all. I am
but this is going to be super loud. I'm going to try to go back to my phone here. I just needed to disconnect it and so bear with me one moment. Okay.
Let's try that again. Can you hear me and can you see me? Just curious. Let me know if you can hear and see me. I'm so curious. Can you hear me? I'm not seeing any comments come through. Yes. Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. Happy Sail Talk Saturday. Good morning and afternoon to a majority of you. For us, it is just after 6 o'clock here in Europe. So behind me, I don't know if you can see any land masses. Actually, you can. Oh, it's over my left shoulder here. So over here, this is Europe. We just set sail from Gibraltar. We had a wonderful time in Gibraltar today. If you saw any of our posts on Instagram, I know the timing is a little strange, but we actually just left Gibraltar about 2 hours ago or so. And right now we're sailing through the Strait of Gibraltar. So it was actually really cool to look out of the windows on both sides of the ship. And on one side, you see Africa, which is Morocco as a country. And on the other side, which is behind me, is where we had a little bit of Gibraltar, but now you're just looking at Spain. Cadiz would be a little bit further up the coastline from here. It has been absolutely amazing. We've had such a great time on board. Now, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, where is Mark? We had a lot of fun today in Gibraltar, I'll tell you that much. So we did an e-bike tour, which took us to the top of the rock, which was absolutely amazing. We kind of didn't know what we were getting ourselves into when we decided to sign up for an e-bike tour of the Rock of Gibraltar. And I will say that I don't think we were fully prepared for what it was going to be. The Rock of Gibraltar definitely has an elevation gain of like 1,400 feet above sea level. And the e-bikes were super great. They were really easy to operate. They had like a turbo boost mode for when we were going up those steep inclines and everything. So that made it much easier. However, the tour lasted 4 hours and it was self-guided. So we kind of took our own pace. And we got to see some really cool things. We saw some monkeys. We saw some really cool historical things that are part of the Rock of Gibraltar. We got to go across that huge runway at Gibraltar Airport, which is one of the coolest things to me, I actually recorded an airplane taking off from the runway of Gibraltar, and that was super cool. I really, really enjoyed that. But overall, it was a really, really good time. We really enjoyed it. And after that, we did a gin tasting at the Spirit of the Rock, and we enjoyed quite a few different options there, different tastings, made some cocktails, and it was absolutely lovely. And so at this point, if I'm not mistaken, Mark is taking a nap. He's catching up, as we did have kind of an early start to our day. But overall, it's been a fun time here on board the Norwegian Luna, and that's really why you tuned in here to find out more about what's going on the Norwegian Luna. Thank you so much. Looks like C Jack here. Let me see if I can get that to come up onto the screen. C Jack's 936. I hope you enjoyed the rock. We absolutely did. It was really cool. Chance of a lifetime, honestly. And if you are planning on going to Gibraltar, two don't misses: the e-bike tour around and up onto the Rock of Gibraltar and the Spirit of the Rock gin tasting. You really get your mind opened up to different gins. It's really quite impressive. Happy Sail Talk Saturday to you, Blake, as well. Thanks for being here. Hope everyone is having an amazing weekend so far. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you so much, Blake. We really appreciate you. Mom and Dad, hello, Mom and Dad. The seas behind you look fairly calm. You know what? Actually, they do. I had to turn around and look because I wasn't sure how smooth they were looking. When we were sailing away from Gibraltar, we actually were seeing a lot of white caps. It was quite windy there in Gibraltar, and I think it's just kind of the way that everything is laid out landmass wise, and so the wind was kind of whipping up and over the Rock of Gibraltar. But as we're heading towards, well, the Atlantic Ocean, we're starting to see things kind of calm down a little bit. We're finding deeper depths of the ocean, of course, which is quite a big change from what we've been seeing in the Mediterranean. But it's been a really cool journey so far. After we left Barcelona, we had a day at sea, and that was spent just relaxing and enjoying our time on board the Luna and getting to explore the ship. As you may have seen, we did release our video tour of the Premier Owner Suite, rather, from the Haven, and that was really cool, y'all. We were so blessed to have been able to get a tour opportunity in that venue, or in that suite from the people that we've met on board. Definitely plenty of room to spread out. It can hold up to 8 people, which is absolutely wild to hear about on a cruise ship. But it was really, really a cool space, and so we spent a lot of the time yesterday uploading that and editing and doing everything that we needed to there. We also spent some time recording our full ship review or full ship tour of the Norwegian Luna. So we went into pretty much all of the public spaces that are available on the ship and recorded our introductions and recorded a walkthrough of many of the different spaces here on the Luna so that we can share a full walkthrough tour with you. And we hope that that will come to you onto the channel within the next few days. Ahead of us, we have several sea days. So it's going to be a lot of rest and relaxation, as well as editing, of course. But it was a really nice busy day yesterday, and today was also a lot of fun in Gibraltar. Eric Luzon, let's see here. You said, "Hey guys, thanks for all the videos, so informative always." Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much for your comments. We appreciate you being here and being part of the story, and celebrating all things Norwegian Luna. It's just a beautiful ship, and you're gonna love it if you're planning on setting sail on board the ship soon. It's truly a gem to hold, and we have really enjoyed our time so far on board for sure. Tom said, "Hey, Rocky and Napping Mark. I like your jacket, Rocky." Well, thank you so much. This was available in the gift shop, of course. Hopefully it is legible and not backwards. Mom and Dad, I'm looking at you. If it is backwards, just drop a note in the comments here so that I know if I need to reverse my view. But yeah, they have some really cool merchandise, unlike some of the other inaugural sailings and maiden voyages that we've been on, with different cruise lines that I'm not going to mention for you. But we've been really impressed with the different offerings. I know Mark also picked up a really cool polo shirt. If he ends up waking up and joining me here, I would imagine that he's going to be wearing that polo. But yeah, we really do love all of the apparel that they have here on the Luna. It's fantastic. Thomas Koi Kendall. I don't know if I said that correctly, Thomas, there, but thank you for the questions. Did the apes try to steal anything? We didn't see any of that happening, but what we did see was apes hopping around from person to person. When we got up to one of the higher points on the ship or on the rock, we actually saw some of the apes hopping around and jumping from person to person. And one of our dear friends, Andrew, that was with us, he's been obsessed with the apes. He's wanting to take one back onto the ship with him. But it was really kind of funny because one of the apes actually hopped down onto his bike and he was like, all right, this ape has chosen me. I'm going to take it back onto the ship. And then the ape turned, looked at him, and then ran off onto the mountain. But then it came back, hopped onto his bicycle seat, and then hopped onto Andrew himself. And it was really kind of cool to see that experience happen. It was really entertaining, and just watching all the different monkeys that are there on the Rock of Gibraltar. It was really kind of cool to see all that. But yeah, they're super interactive. They're really curious and inquisitive creatures, just as you would expect them to be. It was really, really cool to see the interactions that they had. We did see the classic one ape walked over to another ape and started to pick at it and pull the bugs off and eat them. So it's not just folklore. It does actually happen. But no, it was really cool. But no one was trying to steal anything. One of the things that they do advise you of when you enter the park, the nature preserve of the Rock of Gibraltar, is to not bring any food or drinks or anything like that with you or on your person. And it seemed like most everyone was following those requests and orders, which we greatly appreciate because you don't want to condone that kind of behavior with the apes. So the apes were pretty well behaved, I would say, based on the experience that we had up there. And it was really cool to get to see that and those interactions. And yeah, you better believe that both Mark and I recorded several videos and got several photos of the ape interactions because it was fantastic. It was so fun to watch. Twin Mom, that owner suite is insane. Now it's on your bucket list. Yeah, Twin Mom, it is an insane suite, that is for sure. Like I said at the start of today's stream, you can hold up to 8 people in that suite. Of course, 2 of those people would be out on the sofa in the living room. But it is a very spacious accommodation with 3.5 bedrooms or bathrooms on it, which is quite an impressive setup. But yeah, three full bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. There's the bar, the wet bar in there where you can get your favorite spirits delivered. And then there's a little coffee machine, and you can get waters and ice and candies on a daily basis. It's actually quite the impressive setup, I'll say. But yeah, it's definitely a cool space. Twin Mom, just beware of that price tag. It's not going to be a cheap experience for you. I'm sorry to say that. Bryce Linty, what a great question. He wants to know what our next port of call is. If all goes well and as planned, our next port of call will be Miami, Florida on March 23rd. Yeah, it is currently the 14th of March here on board the Norwegian Luna. So we're experiencing the same date as pretty much the rest of the United States. However, it is 6 o'clock in the evening. The sun is starting to set behind me. I would expect that the observation lounge, which is where I'm currently located, will start to quiet down a little bit once people start heading to their dinner reservations and to other various bars on the ship. But yeah, it's we have 7 days at sea. After we had set sail from Gibraltar, we're now 7 days across the Atlantic. So if you follow any cruise ships on any of those various websites out there, like Cruise Mapper or the Maritime, I can't remember the Maritime website. There's another one out there that tracks the different the different cruise ships and their paths and their speeds and everything else. You'll be able to see us as we make our way over to Miami, Florida. So yeah, pretty exciting. It's Prince all day. Yes, thank you for all the work you're doing on your vacation. You are so welcome. So this isn't truly a vacation for us. Anytime we're on a cruise ship, it's always time for us to work. But we still manage to find time to go out and explore and have fun and meet new people and enjoy the ports of call that we visit. Now on this cruise, with it being a 13-day sailing, we only had 2 ports. Barcelona was a couple of days ago, and if you tuned in and saw any of our videos or our posts on Instagram, you would see that we went out the night that we docked in Barcelona because we did arrive around 9 o'clock. There were some hiccups with the ship docking and the port workers and trying to figure out how to position the Norwegian Luna properly in the port of Barcelona. But once they did get everything cleared about an hour later at 10 o'clock, we were able to get off the ship and go explore, which Mark and I did. We went out and found a couple of bars to kind of hop around from. Unfortunately, we didn't get any food that night, which was a little disappointing, but we still managed to have a good time. And then we came back onto the ship and slept and headed out first thing in the morning with our new friends that we had met on board. And we checked out La Sagrada Familia, that giant cathedral that's been under construction for the past 150 plus years. And it was absolutely phenomenal. It was such a really cool experience getting to get a tour in there. Our tour guide was really phenomenal, knowledgeable, and I guess I would say he was very enthusiastic about the subject matter, which we always appreciate. But it was really, really cool getting to experience that in his eyes. And we went into the actual facility itself, and the architecture and the artwork inside is just mind-blowing. To see how things have transformed over the last 150 years or so that the structure has been under construction was absolutely phenomenal. It was really, really cool. And then from there, we went and did tapas. And I've been dreaming about having a little tapas experience here in Europe, especially. Mark and I have tried to do it a couple times in Phoenix, and it's just not the same as it is when you are in Barcelona and you get to experience it the European way. And I will tell you, it was absolutely wonderful. The tapas were tasty. There was a large variety of different options that we could choose from. The drinks that they had available also were really good. It was a unique menu with truly unique drinks that you can't find anywhere. We're going to try to get one of them recreated here on board the ship, but there's no guarantee because we don't even know what the ingredients were and how to portion everything out. So we're going to see if we can try to figure it out. I can't remember the name of it, but I know that one of the individuals in our group does. And so if you find that name, we'll be sure to share it and see if we can get that recipe figured. Do a tour on the duplex in the Haven. It's Prince all day is one thing. We will do our best. So all dependent upon who we meet that's staying in the Haven and if they are open to the option, an idea of us coming in there. So we will see what we can do for you. No promises or guarantees, but we are going to absolutely try. If with the duplex, we'll try to get another one of the suites that are located in the Haven, if that is an option, because we definitely want to share that with you. We know that there's some unique spaces here on the Luna that were also available on the Aqua, and we know that that's kind of a highly sought after experience from Norwegian Cruise Lines. So we'll do our best to see what we can find out about that. Bud, great question. Can we get a discount on that suite? Oh, I can't promise anything, but you know what? Here's what I will tell you. If you are interested in finding out more details about the suite on board this ship or any other Norwegian ship, if you want to stay in the Haven, just let me know. I am a travel advisor, and I will do my best to find the best pricing and availability for you. Hit me up. You can shoot me an email, rocky@thiscruiselife.com, or go over to thiscruiselife.com/travel, and you'll find all of my information there on the cruise lines that I work with, which, by the way, is a good majority of the cruise lines out there. But yeah, I can definitely work on trying to help you out with whatever's that you're looking for. Just shoot me an email so that I can get to work on that for you. Again, we've got 7 glorious sea days in front of me, and so that'll be plenty of time for me to be able to sit down and, do some work and try to get you booked on to your very own Norwegian Haven experience. If not on the Luna, perhaps another Norwegian cruise ship out there. Yeah, so really excited about that to help you out. Tenant with Nick wants to know if we've checked out the thermal lounge yet. We have. So it's really kind of funny. We know quite a few people that have the thermal suite pass this week or these 2 weeks on this voyage. And we've heard rumors that if there are no passes available at all, if you wish to walk up and book it. And of course, now that we no longer have any port days in front of us. It's all sea days, and that's going to be a had availability, but my understanding is can't get in. So we did get in there yesterday morning in the earlier hours of the day on our sea day and did a walk around. I kind of took some video footage and checked out the space, and it is gorgeous. If you have the opportunity to enjoy any of the spa areas on a ship, the Norwegian Prima class and Prima Plus class is where it is at. It is an absolutely phenomenal space. We love the thermal, the suites, the pools are great. They have like 3 or 4 different saunas, 3 or 4 different steam rooms, as well as a snow room. And they are all beautiful spaces. So if you are looking for the perfect getaway or the perfect spa getaway and the relaxation, definitely look into it ahead of your cruise. You're going to find the best deals on if you do want to do a full week pass or a full cruise pass versus just doing a single day. That's going to be the way to do it. I do want to mention that if you were to purchase or book a massage or any of the other services that are available inside of the spa, unfortunately, it does not come with spa access. So you do not have access to the thermal suites using that, whatever that service is. So you will have to keep that in mind if you want to really relax and enjoy the services that are available in the Mandara Spa here on board the Norwegian Luna. But yeah, that's a great question. We have checked it out, and it will be in our full tour as well. Eric Lausen said, we have been big Celebrity Edge class ships lately, but your love for the Prima class might have us wanting to try one with NCL. Yeah, absolutely. You should check it out. Mark and I had the opportunity to sail on the Celebrity Apex many years ago. And we absolutely loved that ship. We loved the class. We loved the layout. The artwork that's found throughout the Celebrity Edge class ships is great. We really, really appreciate the fine art that they've introduced across those ships. And when we were on the Apex, we were like, I don't know that we can do any better than this. The Celebrity Apex is a great ship. She's beautiful, lots of great options and venues. And then when we got introduced to the Prima class and the Prima Plus class, it was a game changer. I'll tell you, we absolutely love this class of ship. If you can get onto the Aqua or the Prima, I would highly recommend that over the Aqua or the Luna. I'm not used to saying Luna. If you can get on the Aqua or Luna, I would highly recommend that if you can. But otherwise, the Prima and the Viva are also both great ships. Lots of really high quality furnishings throughout. And they did a really nice job with laying everything out to some people that are more Norwegian loyalists and familiar with the Breakaway and Breakaway Plus class. The Prima class might feel a little disconnected and disjointed, but if once you've been on the ship and you've done it a couple of times, it starts to make sense. They really did a great job at spreading the people out across the vessel. You don't have people on top of people. You don't have long lines, especially for the buffet, because you have indulged food hall down on the lower decks. The 2 main dining rooms are sufficiently sized. No issues getting food there. And then the specialty dining is also great, especially if you can secure your reservations either before the sailing happens, or once you get on and you go to the theater and you take care of the reservations there on board the ship. Both of them, you're going to have some great options. And you're really not going to have too many problems with waiting. The only concern that we have with this voyage itself is because it's an inaugural or a maiden voyage across the Atlantic. That does present a little bit of a challenge because the crew is getting to know the ship. They're getting to know the speed of service and everything else. And so we did the main dining room for dinner. I think it was last night, actually. I'm trying to get my days. No, it wasn't last night. It was 2 or 3 days ago that we did the main dining room. And honestly, we were a little disappointed in the speed of service. But again, we know it's an inaugural or a maiden voyage. And we know that there's going to be some challenges. And it's not going to be easy for the crew to pick up the speed of service and everything right away. It's going to take a few sailings and a few dining options for them to really start to figure things out there. So just come with your patience if you're on one of those first sets of sailings here on the Luna, and you will be fine. Thank you so much for that tennis with Nick. I really appreciate it. We've met some amazing people on this voyage so far, who have said hi and introduced themselves to us. And it's been such a humbling experience. We've really enjoyed our time on the Luna, and getting to expand our Norwegian horizons and go on more Norwegian sailings and meet more people that are more loyal to Norwegian cruise lines. It's been a really cool experience. And for comments like yours, it really does mean the world to us. And so we definitely thank you so much for saying that and for being a part of our journey and a part of our community. Thank you, thank you. And a happy birthday to your daughter. I see that message right there. Happy birthday to Lola. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is, I didn't even prepare for this. I'm sorry, I missed the memo, but it is Pi Day, y'all. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. How did I miss that? Happy Pi Day, everyone. And Lola, I hope you are having some amazing pie. And if you don't like pie, have birthday cake. It is your birthday after all, and you get to choose what's for dessert. I will say that we've had some pretty amazing tiramisu, both in, believe it or not, both in Italy. So we had tiramisu in Rome, as well as Civitavecchia. And then we've had some tiramisu here on board the Norwegian Luna, and it's all been so good. We can't pick a favorite. I'm sorry. It's just not possible. But yes, happy birthday to you, Lola. I hope you have a wonderful day and you get all of the things that you are hoping you'll get for your birthday today. Do we know the square foot size of the owner's suite? You know what? I can pull that information for you really quick because I am already on my laptop and I'm already on a page that will give me that detail. Yeah, just like that. The owner's suite is approximately, are you listening? Approximately 2,100 square feet, 2,100 square feet for just the living space of the owner's suite by itself. And then the balcony adds an additional 828 square feet. That balcony is massive. So every single one of the 3 bedrooms has a sliding Arcadia style door that will get you out from the bedroom onto the balcony. The living room has 2 of those. And then you also have a shower that looks out into the balcony where the hot tub jacuzzi is located as well. So there's plenty of opportunities to get out there. And the best part about it is you have the natural light coming in from the ocean through your balcony, and it's just lighting up your stateroom. So it's fantastic. But yeah, 2,100 feet and 830 square feet for just the balcony, in addition to that 2,100 feet for the suite. That's a great question. Thanks for asking. Pablo Iturbe. I probably messed up your name about that. Pablo, thank you so much for being here. Hello to you as well. Raf, streaming from? Sorry, I didn't hear from the beginning. Yeah, that's a great question. Let me see if I can show you without messing up my setup here. You may not be super visible. However, I am currently in the observation lounge. So I'm on deck 17 at the very front of the ship, so I can see where the ship is heading. Make sure that that doesn't fall off. Oh, I turned it way around. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I am on deck 17 at the front of the ship right now, in the observation lounge. As I mentioned towards the start of the session, it's probably going to start getting a little bit quieter. I've already noticed a drop in decibel units on my microphone monitor that I'm using, as people are starting to get their evening going and perhaps head down to their dinner venue of choice, whether they're doing specialty dining or the main dining room, indulge food hall, or surfside cafe. There's so many dining options on board. I just can't even explain it all to you. It is phenomenal. We still have yet, and I know this is really surprising, but we still have yet to have any dinner in Indulge Food Hall. You know that we absolutely love that venue on the Norwegian Prima and Prima Plus class ships. We just haven't been there. It's been so wild, and we've been so busy exploring the ship and enjoying other venues that we just haven't been there. But I assure you, with the days that are ahead of us, we will get into Indulge Food Hall multiple times for dinner. It's gonna happen. Uh, Marcy has a great question. So I know a lot of you were suggesting that I stay on for the 4-night cruise immediately after this one ends. And unfortunately, it is sold out. When I went down to the cruise next desk, I pulled it up first on my laptop to be like, Okay, let's see if I can do this. And I didn't see availability, but I figured, you know what? Let me go down to the cruise next desk and see if maybe they can pull something different than what I'm seeing. And at this point, the answer is no. I will be getting off of the Luna when we arrive in Miami on the 23rd, and I will be flying home. Sad, but happy at the same time. It'll be good to be home and to, get all caught up on everything that needs to be done from work perspective, and just kind of settle down and relax until my next journey. So Mark actually, when we get home, he's home for like 4 days, and then he heads over to Los Angeles and heads sails away on the Norwegian Bliss for a 7-night cruise to the Mexican Riviera. I'm staying home for that one. I will not be joining him. That's him and one of his good friends. And then later on in the month of April, I actually will be heading over to Fort Lauderdale for a convention for cruise travel, believe it or not. And I'll get to meet and learn about a bunch of different cruise lines that I haven't already worked with, as well as ones that I have. Um, and once that's completed, I'm going to head up the east coast of Florida and set sail on the Carnival Elation. It'll be my diamond cruise that I'll be celebrating on the Elation. I'll be going by myself, so if you want to join me on the Elation, I'm certain there's still some cabins available. That is on April 27th, I want to say, that I'll be setting sail on the Elation. So looking forward to that. But yeah, my next cruise after this one is more than a month away, more than a month after the Luna ends. So I'll definitely have plenty of time to relax, regroup, and start to plan for what my future looks like. So it'll be great. Crystal Water 9381. Crystal was there with us today, so she knows all about it. She had an equally amazing time with us. The gins were just fantastic. So thank you for being part of that experience, Crystal, and to anyone else that joined us if you're tuning in. We had so much fun. Now I'm going to see if I can get myself a quick little Coca-Cola because I am parched. We are not sponsored, so I can't say that again, but I'm going to do my best. I see bar servers roaming around in here, so we'll see what I can do. In the meantime, Juanfer Lopez, hello from Miami, taking my parents to the Bahamas on the 23rd right after we get there. Oh, that's amazing. It's going to be a fantastic voyage for you all. I'm telling you, the ship still looks great. It still smells like a brand new car. Mark keeps saying that he smells paint everywhere, but what I think it is, I think it's the leather. The leather is off gassing, and yeah. Hi there. One moment. Can you just get a Coke Zero, please? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep. Oh, we still got that going on, huh? Yeah. Almost done. That's okay. Thank you. So we still have a VAT tax. Unfortunately, we're not quite far enough away from Gibraltar. Oh, I guess I do still see land out there. So what you're seeing a lot of is likely low-laying clouds, kind of right here. But if you look close to the water, you might end up seeing a little bit of land. That's looking up towards like the Cadiz area of Spain. Because yeah, we're well beyond Gibraltar at this point. By the way, we did arrive into Gibraltar at 2 o'clock was when the pilot came onto the ship. 2 o'clock this morning, by the way. And we arrived around 3 o'clock this morning is when we were alongside the pier. So definitely an early day for the ship, but we didn't get off of the ship until about 8:30 when we headed over to do the e-bike tour. Have we done any specialty dining yet? No, we have not. Again, we have a lot of days ahead of us still, and we have 6 specialty dining options still in the bank, and we plan on using those, but we have not chosen to use any of them just yet. We have several that are reserved. We'll be going to Cagney Steakhouse with some of the friends that we've made on board tomorrow night, which we're really excited about. And we may end up doing a restaurants multiple times. We haven't really talked through everything. We have reservations, but we need to change things because when we got onto the ship, we couldn't book the entire length of the cruise. We could only book 10 days from embarkation day. So the last 3 days are still yet to be reserved. And so we'll kind of work on that. We'll probably cancel some of our reservations and move things around so that we can enjoy all of the restaurants that we want to enjoy. Have you noticed disabled seating in the theater and how it might work to reserve? So it depends on the show and how the theater, excuse me, is arranged. There is there are some options on deck 7. So deck 7 would be the mid deck of the theater, the Aqua Theater and Club. So you can definitely wheel in on a wheelchair if that's something that you need to do. Or if you are able, if you're self-ambulatory and you can walk in, but you need a seat kind of without stairs, there's also some seating available there, and that's at the top of deck 7. The other option is you can come in on deck 6, which is the lower deck of the theater, and there potentially is some seating available on the theater floor. But the viewing may not be the best because sitting in a wheelchair might be a little bit lower than some of the standard seating for the theater. My recommendation is to, when you get on board, if you are going to be checking out the shows and you are in a wheelchair or you have mobility issues, is to talk to the crew on board and find out what your best options are going to look like. With the shows, there's no reservation requirements at all, except for Lunatique Pop Circus. Everything else is first come, first serve. So if you are needing an ADA accommodation for one of the shows, I would just recommend showing up early, just so you can maybe get into the theater a little bit early and get situated before the rest of the crowds come in. But overall, there's a pretty good amount of options available within the theater for those shows. So I don't think you're going to have too many issues as long as you are expeditious on your arrival. I think that's where you're going to have the best experience. Thank you so much for that question, Kim Marina. We really appreciate that and value that type of a question. Rafi asked, said, we loved Beetlejuice on the Viva. Hoping Lunatic is a fun show. Will you guys give us a review? Absolutely. We will absolutely be giving you a review. So we are doing Lunatic. I want to say it's 2 nights from now. I have to check. Oh, maybe it's tomorrow night, actually. So they have 2 showings tomorrow. They're doing one at, I think it's 8:30, and the one we're doing is at 10:30. So it's on the later side of the night. And yeah, we will definitely be sharing everything about it. We'll share the menu, how the drinks are. They do have mocktail options as well as full octane options, if you want to call it that. But yeah, we will be checking that out and sharing our experience with you all because we know that that's a big question that everyone's wondering and wanting to know the answer to. So stay tuned for that, whether we share it here on YouTube or if we put it over on Instagram. You will definitely find out what Lunatique is all about. We are so excited for that. Oh, bear with me one moment. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you. Does Mark even know where you are? Yes. As I was leaving the cabin, I said, hey, we're going live in 10 minutes. Are you joining me? And he kind of mumbled at me. And I said, okay, well, I'm just letting you know I'm going up to the observation lounge. So when you're ready, feel free to come join me. I'm guessing he is enjoying his nap. I don't think he slept really well last night. He was excited about Gibraltar and trying to figure out all the plans for what we were doing today. And I don't blame him. I understand it's a lot. We're going hard on this cruise. We've been doing a lot of things, and it's been a lot of engagements and everything else. So I think he needs this nap, and so I'm letting him have it. Excuse me while I take a sip and re-wet my whistle. All right. Ruth Ann, hello. You just found our channel last night. Well, welcome aboard. Good to have you here. I'm going on my first cruise on the Luna on April 4th. That's just a couple weeks away. Wow. And that is the inaugural cruise. Oh my gosh, when they're going to do the naming ceremony and they're going to do all sorts of other fun activities that are unique to an inaugural cruise. I'm so excited. I'm going with my sister. This is her 11th cruise. You are going to have an absolute blast. This ship is beautiful. There are so many things to do. The staff are so friendly. They're so happy. It has been a wonderful, wonderful experience so far. And I think that this transatlantic is really going to set the tone for them as well. They're going to be, we're all going to be excited to see land when we get into Miami. I'll tell you that. But no, everyone has been really phenomenal. We've seen several bartenders that we know from previous cruises on other sailings with Norwegian, and they remembered us, and we've had good conversations with them. Same thing with some of the food servers. Unfortunately, Nilu is not with us here on this sailing. Mom and Dad, we would love to have seen Nilu, but hopefully she'll be coming back to the Joy by the time we're on board. That's our fingers crossed for that. But Ruth Ann, you are in for a treat. You are going to have a wonderful time on the Luna. It is a fantastic ship with lots of things to do for people of all ages. So I hope that you enjoy. Is that all you do is cruise around? Well, kind of. So I am a travel advisor. I do book cruises as my specialty. And yeah, last year, Mark and I went on 18 cruises each. And this year, right now, we are scheduled to do about 12, subject to change. So I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. It's Prince all day. I'm so excited. I'm booked on the Luna in June of 27 in the Haven Duplex. That's why you're asking for that Duplex tour. Duplex tour. I gotcha. Thanks for the insight and responding. You have 462 days left. You've got this. I can't thank you and Mark enough. Love you guys' work. Thank you so much for that. Cheers. There is no adult portion of this, so I'm cheersing you with just a soda, but thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. All right, we still have some land out there. I just wanted to double check. Rafi said that they were on the inaugural sailing of Aqua and they noticed a strange small smell around the doors to the observation lounge. Could have been paint, didn't think about the leather. Yeah. From what I can tell, it's all new materials that they put on the ship. So I truly believe that that's what it is. I don't think it's paint. My assumption is that the painting probably took place weeks, possibly even months before they started putting all the furniture into the ship. If they did any painting, it was probably little touch-ups here and there, but nothing major. And so I think it's just all of the leather off-gassing, because I truly believe that the furniture was among the last of the items that were installed on the ship. So that's my guess. And Rafi, you would be happy to know that they have installed automatic door openers on both sides of the lounge. Again, it's another thing that we've discovered. We're walking around. We're like, come on. They keep making all of these improvements based on things that we've mentioned in our video. The automatic doors to the observation lounge was a huge thing for us. The doors were super heavy, and because it's an assigned leaflet door, one of them has to close before the other. Otherwise, it's a pain to get in and out, and they fixed that. The stairs that go from Surfside Cafe up into the, I knew I was going to forget the name of it, the outdoor the play areas. That is a fantastic addition that we knew needed to happen, and seeing it installed here was just the icing on the cake. Honestly, it was so cool. Ocean Thrills, that's the name of the space that I was thinking of, but it was really, really cool seeing that staircase added. And there's been several other awesome additions that we've seen. Here's a quick little one. If you've heard our video or watched our video from Sukhothai, you may recall the loud chairs. Sukhothai is now carpeted. Yeah, that's a thing. They carpeted it. Again, that's another thing that we are just completely shocked by. It makes the space so much quieter and so much more enjoyable for people, instead of hearing the loud movement of a chair as you're trying to have a conversation, and it completely interrupts your train of thought. So yeah, there's definitely some great improvements and changes here on the Luna. Thank you so much, Blake. Everyone be sure to hit that thumbs up to help support the channel. Thank you so much, Blake. We appreciate you. Lindsay, just popping to say hello. Hope you're both having a blast. Can't wait to continue keeping up with your adventure. Bought a cruise first today. Hey, thanks for telling me about them. Absolutely, Lindsay. That is my secret with Norwegian Cruise Lines. If you get onto the ship, they're always going to try to sell you on the Cruise Next certificates. And that's something that they sell at the Cruise Next desk. It's going to get you onboard credit for your current voyage, and then it gets you some credits for your future voyages. It's a good program if you are going to be staying in a balcony cabin or perhaps the Haven, you get a little bit better of a benefit out of it. But we tend to take advantage rather of the Cruise First program. The Cruise First program is wonderful. You can purchase up to 10 of them. You can only use one at a time. However, if you buy them at the $250 buy-in rate, Norwegian matches it and gives you an additional $250 towards your deposit. So your deposit is $500. It is the best thing, and I'm always talking to my clients about it. If you don't get in on the promotional rate, it's $150 that you would pay, and Norwegian does another match for $150, giving you a $300 deposit. But obviously, we always like to go for the $250. So if you are interested in that and want help, I can absolutely take care of that for you. Whether you'd like, I can actually do the transaction, or I can send you a link on how to do that. And then once that has been processed, we can start applying it to your cruise vacations. It is fantastic. So Lindsay, congratulations on that purchase. I'm assuming you're going to be using that on your Norwegian Jade sailing coming up, or one of the other mini voyages that we had discussed when we were together. So that is super exciting. I'm really looking forward to helping out with that. Blake, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to help support the channel. Rafi, thank you so much. I got to put that up on the screen. And guess what? I got everything programmed this time. So this time I get to play my video. Thank you so much, Rafi. So much appreciation for you. Truly, truly. Thank you so much for that. Really. I will let Mark know that you are supporting our power naps. Okay. Question from Jagnum One Fan. If you are in the Haven, do they have reserved seating for you? In the theater, they do. You would just go down with your butler, or the concierge may contact you and let you know that there's multiple people that are going to be going together. And yeah, you would just head down, and they have an entire reserve section. When you go into the theater, it's going to be on the left side between deck 6 and 7. Or you can show up on your own as long as you find a butler and show them your Haven sailing card. Then they will let you into that section as well, as long as there are seats available. Now, I will advise you, you do want to make sure that you show up to the show, I would say at least 15 minutes before showtime, to ensure that they have the seats available for you. They may end up giving seats away if you haven't shown up yet because of the show being too busy. So just something to keep in mind. So that's a great question. It's Prince All Day. Said that they're going with 4 other family members and still trying to figure out if they should get the Free at Sea Plus. Some are older and won't be using some of the things in the package, but some of them will. So that's a great question. Free at Sea Plus will not apply. I'm trying to remember the terms of Free at Sea Plus. I know guests 1 and 2 are covered, but when you get to guests 3 and 4, it kind of changes things, and higher than that. So I would say do some research on it. If you find that you are going to get the benefit of, I don't know, Starbucks, or getting the daily gratuities taken care of within Free at Sea Plus, that alone might make it worthwhile. We chose not to do it on this voyage, and we have a video out that talks about our experience with Free at Sea Plus. I would suggest watching that for sure, but we didn't see the benefit of buying the Free at Sea Plus package for the Luna Transatlantic. It's a lot of Starbucks that we would have to drink. And we've actually been doing really well with the included Free at Sea open bar options, that we don't feel like we have to get the plus premium liquors and all of that. It's actually been really good. So yeah, I would say just kind of see what's included with it and find out if that's going to be worth it and beneficial for you on your upcoming voyage. Curtis Watson is going on the Luna on April 18th out of Miami, going to St. Thomas and Great Stirrup Cay. You are going to have a fantastic sailing. April is a great time to go. It's not going to be super hot. It's not going to be cold, I'm going to tell you that much. But you're going to have a wonderful time. I think the only challenge that you may encounter is a lot of kids that are traveling on spring break. So just, maybe approach it with a little dose of patience, because you never know what you're going to run into. But we love St. Thomas, and Great Stirrup Cay, if you are able to dock there, is fantastic, especially now that they have the pier. So we were just supposed to be there in February, and unfortunately, the Aqua abandoned the port. We were not able to dock. We attempted it, but due to weather and some damage that was sustained on a previous sailing from a different ship, they decided that it would be better not to go to Great Stirrup Cay at all. So we just had an extra sea day, which was lovely. Not quite 7 of them, like what we're heading into, but it's fine. It was great. So hopefully you get to go there and you'll have a wonderful time. Ruth Ann said that her sister and her are in the Haven and they are so excited to get pampered on their first cruise. Yes, Ruth Ann, it is fantastic. So we haven't done the Haven with Norwegian, but we have done the Yacht Club on MSC, and you are in for a treat. The food is great. The level of service is just elevated and just really feels good. And hopefully it'll be very enjoyable. We definitely want to hear from you on what that was like. Please tell us everything. And wow, so much fun to go on cruises all the time. Yeah, it's good. It's exhausting sometimes because it's a lot of things to check out. But it's a lot of fun. We do enjoy it, definitely. I'm going to go ahead and add a little something to the screen. I know, Mom and Dad, I see your request, so let me get that added for you all real quick here. And that is our upcoming group cruise on board the Norwegian Aqua. So if you are interested in joining us on a group cruise on a very similar ship to the Luna, head on over to thiscruiselife.com/group cruise, and you will find all of the details for our next group cruise. It's hosted on October 18th. That is the day after Mark's birthday. I'm not going to tell you what age he is turning. I'm just going to tell you that it is the day after his birthday. And that is, yeah, it's going to be on the Norwegian Aqua. We are going to do an Eastern Caribbean itinerary. I just got notice, I think it was on that voyage, we just got notice that the itinerary is changing and being modified slightly. I take it back. It was a Western itinerary, Western Caribbean, not Eastern. And instead of going to Costa Maya, now we're going to Great Stirrup Cay, which I'm really excited about. So we get to go to both of Norwegian's exclusive destinations, Harvest Cay as well as Great Stirrup Cay. It's going to be fantastic. We would love for you to join us. We have plenty of rooms still available of all cabin types. So if you do want to join us on the Norwegian Aqua, just shoot me a message, rocky@thiscruiselife.com, or head over to thiscruiselife.com/group cruise for all of the details there. Cheers. I'm going to take a quick sip. Ah, so good. All right. Thank you for that question. Scrow's Nest just watched our video tour of the owner suite on the Luna. It was nice to see how the other half lives. Oh, I don't think it's the other half. I think it's the other 10th. Let's be honest about it. No, it was an absolutely gorgeous space. A little strange. We had to get escorted in. We could not go to that cabin in that suite on our own. We did have to get walked in there, which was fine. It was fine. We're walking down the hall like, don't you know who we are? No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was a really, really cool space. Beautiful. And the owners actually took us into the Haven Lounge. We got to see that space, the Haven Bar. We didn't go into the restaurant, but we got to see where it was located. And then they also took us out to their private sun decks that the Haven has exclusive access to, along with that picturesque infinity pool at the very aft of the deck. It is beautiful. If it weren't so cold, Mark and I would have gotten into the water, but we were trying to set sail from Civitavecchia, and yeah, it was cold. It was cold. It was cold. It was cold. I can't say it any other way, and so that's why we didn't do that. Our own picturesque, Kodak moment, if you will. Yeah, it was great. Christina Marina, we are traveling on the Luna with a party of 10 in June. To be able to keep track of and communicate with each other via our phone chat apps, do you know if we will need to purchase an internet package? Yes. Unfortunately, you only have 3 options here. Your first option is to pay per day, per device. Currently on this sailing, it's $6.99 per person per day. And that $6.99 opens the portal for you to be able to use things like iMessage and WhatsApp. And that is all you have access to. The other option is to use the 150 minutes that comes with the free at sea plan that Norwegian automatically gives every cruiser. And if you do that, you have to use it wisely. You have to remember to log out of your minutes, otherwise they will expire. And if you have no minutes left, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. And the third option would be to upgrade to free at C+. And that's going to get you unlimited open Wi-Fi for the entire voyage on whatever devices you need. So you need to kind of think about what's going to be most beneficial for your group. I know that's a very large group of people that's going to be heading out on the ship. A lot of people, we haven't seen it so much on the Luna, and I think part of it is because there's just not a lot of small kids and not a lot of different families. But something we've seen on other cruise lines is people will bring walkie-talkie radios onto the ships and use those to communicate. I cannot confirm if I've seen any of them on Norwegian. I don't recall, but it's a possibility. So you may want to look into some rules and regulations there as another alternate option for communicating with your party. John Landry said, can't wait for our Aqua cruise May 9th to Bermuda. That is a fantastic voyage. Hopefully Luna made improvements that might have shown up from Aqua. Love your videos. Yes, we have been very impressed with the changes that Norwegian very quietly snuck onto this ship. It's been very impressive, makes us very happy to see they've made these improvements and changes to the ship. And we can't wait to share all of those things with you all. So definitely stay tuned. We do have a full ship tour coming out to the channel for the Norwegian Luna. Our goal is to have that done and ready before the ship arrives to Miami. Fingers crossed. We definitely have plenty of time to do the editing and work on that, so I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. But yeah, stay tuned to the channel for that. And then we'll also, we'll probably do another video to recap all of the changes that we called out in that previous video comparing the Aqua and the Luna, because there were so many other things that we discovered once we were on board that weren't even called out in any of the literature that we looked at for the Luna before we set sail. So definitely some changes coming that I think you would enjoy if you can get onto the Luna. But the Aqua overall is still a fantastic ship, and you are going to have a wonderful time sailing to Bermuda. And Bermuda, by the way, is another bucket list itinerary. I've heard great things about the itinerary, and getting to spend extra time overnight in Bermuda is really cool. So I hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you do. Let us know what you think. We would love to hear all of that from you, John Landry. Yeah. Ruth Ann watched our video for the Premier Owner Suite and said that she needs to upgrade to that next time for sure. It looks like her and her sister upgraded to Free at C Plus this morning. Well, congratulations on that. That is definitely a good decision. I hope that you have a wonderful time and that you see all of the benefits from the upgraded program. It's great. Just taking a look around. I'm sorry, just bear with me here. All right. So you can't see it just yet. It's going to come into view here pretty soon. But there is what appears to be like an oil tanker, a bunker sort of thing that's sailing ahead of us right now. And I think we're trying to find our lane and they're finding their lane so that we can sail out and do our thing. Yeah, if you see another vessel behind me, it'll be kind of over in this area. That's what you're looking at. Sunny Travel said, hey there, on the Luna on the 23rd. What's the best thing different or new from the Aqua besides the shows? So funny thing, we haven't seen any of the shows yet. They start rolling them out tomorrow. So we haven't seen any of the new entertainment on board, but we still have had a great time. Regarding the other things that we've seen that are some of the best, I would say the stairs that take you up to the Aqua slide coaster from the pool deck is a fantastic addition. You do not have to walk through the Surfside Cafe any longer in swimwear, which is not allowed anyway. So it's good to see that adjustment. Sukhothai now has carpet in the seating areas, which we also love. So it's a much quieter space when it comes to people moving their chairs in and out, trying to get up and sit down. That was annoying for us. The automatic doors to get in and out of the observation lounge is also another thing that we really appreciate that they changed for the Luna. There's a few other things, but those are like the big things that stand out in my mind that we experienced that we've really appreciated. Oh, there it is. I told you it was coming. Free at C Plus is ideal for anyone who needs VPN internet. That is so true. I will say that I have the premium just the premium Wi-Fi here on the Luna. Instead of doing the full Free at Sea Plus, we just upgraded one device to the Free at Sea or to the premium Wi-Fi, and it's done really well. I have been able to access VPN, which has been really nice, because believe it or not, when you're on a Norwegian ship and you try to access ncl.com, it tries to figure out what country you're in, and it fails. I have been going to the ncl.com/it, the Italian website. I think today I got the Gibraltar or the UK version, because Gibraltar is a part of the UK. Like, you never know. So those VPNs are super helpful, because I could set my VPN to US and it gives me the correct web address that I need to be at. What else we got? Thank you, Ruth Ann. We appreciate you letting us know how your time in the Haven is. So great. Life with EQ, good afternoon. Hello, and thank you for that on the beautiful view. Mark and Rocky, enjoy your vacation. We've never sailed with Norwegian. Norwegian is great. We really enjoy the Norwegian brand and the products that they have to offer. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here right now. There is no affiliation or no support given to us by Norwegian Cruise Lines. It's truly our experience, and we love it. And I'd love for you to experience it for yourself and see what is so different out here. That just made it sound like I'm sponsored for not. No, it is a really fun experience, and hopefully you'll get to experience it for yourself someday. That would be fantastic. Our stream is nice and clear. The audio is clear. When I try to stream while cruising, it's hit and miss on the reception. Absolutely. I'll tell you that the Starlink satellites are working in our favor right now. I was a little scared when I first signed on at the start of this stream, because I was having a little bit of a struggle, but we got it figured out. I'm glad to say that. Yeah. Are we going early to London for festival and doing what we did in Rome? Yeah, Jackie Perrell, that's a great question. So we are planning on doing an earlier arrival into London. I don't know that it's going to be the same. We've got several friends actually that live in the UK, and so we're hoping to be able to spend some time with them upon our arrival. So yeah, we'll probably do an early arrival. We haven't quite figured out our timing yet of when we'll fly in and all of that, but it's definitely in the works and definitely something that we've been thinking about doing. So stay tuned for what that's going to look like. Hey, good to know. Thank you for that, Blake. Appreciate it. He said that my internet quality has been very impressive today. I'm happy to hear that we finally got it to work, unlike that one time or 2 or 3 times that it hasn't. No, that's great. That's great. And yeah, I agree with you. Sunny Travels Free at Sea Plus is really good for solos. You don't have to share the cost with anyone, and you get all of the benefit to yourself, which is pretty nice. And thank you again, Blake, for that. Everyone here, be sure to hit that thumbs up. It doesn't cost a thing, and it helps to boost the channel on YouTube feeds. He's not wrong there. I appreciate you so much, Blake. Thank you for that. And Sunny Travel said new ships always have internet in the shipyard. Have internet in the shipyard until it gets to the US. Also, I love NCL. The Luna will be my 22nd Norwegian cruise. That is fantastic. I love that. This is number 9. I think it's number 9 for me and number 11 for Mark. Whatever it is, we have been having a fantastic time on board. The crew have just been phenomenal, and the other passengers and guests have also been super friendly, and we really appreciate that. So thank you for that. All right, y'all. We have gone an hour in. I'm impressed. You have kept me busy. I appreciate that. So it is now just after 7 o'clock here on the Norwegian Luna. I don't know when we're going to start doing our time changes. We could be doing one tonight, but I haven't seen a notice come out to the cabin yet. But we've got to move 5 hours in order to get ourselves aligned with Miami. So we'll see what it looks like and when that starts happening. The nice thing is we're gaining an hour when we do it every time. So that just means more sleep, which is a win-win for everyone on the ship. So we will see what that looks like. Mark and I both took a ton of pictures and videos today in Gibraltar, so please stay tuned to Instagram. I think we also have a couple of videos that we can quickly edit and load up onto YouTube as well, so you can kind of tag along and see what the experience was like for us today as we did our e-bike tour. And again, if you are going to be visiting Gibraltar, please check out e-bikes Gibraltar. It was a fantastic alternative. Yep. Wait, is that the same one? Oh yeah, yeah, it's there. um, that was Blake's comment right here in case you didn't catch it. But yeah, check out e-bike Gibraltar. We were all very impressed with the quality of the product and the experience that we had when we rode up to the top. One of the recommendations that we were hearing was to not take the taxis because you're stuck on taxi time. And with us having e-bikes, we were able to zip past a lot of those taxis as they were parked waiting for their passengers to go out and explore and then come back onto their vehicles. So the e-bike was a great alternative. You do have to be mobile and be able to pedal, but the e-bikes do a lot of the work for you, which is really nice. Sunny Travel said, this is the first inaugural transatlantic I haven't been on since the Bliss came out in 2018. Really? And we're here for you. That's what it is. We're doing this work for you since you weren't able to make it. And as of right now, we're not going to be able to make it to the Aura. So maybe Sunny Travels, you'll be able to do the Aura for us. We'll talk. We'll figure it out. Yeah. And Blake had a great question. How does ship time work on a one-way that covers so many time zones? So interestingly enough, ever since we left the port of Civitavecchia, we have not had a time zone change. So Rome, Spain, Barcelona, and Gibraltar all sit in the same time zone. It's wild. So our time zone, like I said, I would expect that to start changing tonight, but I guess it's not. But again, we have 5 time zones that we have to do in order to align with Miami, because right now we are 5 hours ahead of Miami. And we've got 7 days going that way. So we've got plenty of time to catch up or fall back to the time that we need to be in. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll keep you posted on that. We'll collect all of the time zone adjustment tickets that they deliver to the cabins each day. Sunny Travels will be on the Aura. So we looked at the Aura last night and saw that it's not available for an interior cabin, which is a bummer for us. We prefer our insiders. The Ocean View, as of right now, is the lowest cabin category that's available for the Aura Transatlantic. So, and it conflicts with our time that we're going to be on the Carnival Festival, as we are already booked on doing that transatlantic sailing from Southampton. The festival sailing ends about a week and a half before the Aura begins. So we could feasibly do it. It's just a matter of whether we want to do it or not. That's the challenge. So we'll see. We'll see. If pricing and timing and everything kind of aligns, then who knows? You may end up seeing us on the Aura Transatlantic as well. Jackie Perrell, no, I can confirm that Mark did get on the ship with me. He was just needing a little bit of a siesta. You know, it's being in Europe for as many days as we've been out here. I think that's just become part of the experience of doing Europe. You take a little siesta in the afternoon, and then you wake up refreshed for dinner, and that's what he's doing. We actually had a little bit of food when we got back onto the ship, and honestly, when he has a meal, that oftentimes will knock him out too. So that's the other half of that equation right there. But I'm feeling great. I had a wonderful time, and I'm just enjoying the views, watching the sunset behind me. I can turn the camera so you can see some of that happening. There's the sun. I should just leave the live stream happening. Let it continue to play while the sun is setting, and then you can all enjoy the sunset with me here on the ocean. I don't think I can do that though. The challenge is I don't have enough battery to support that on all of my devices, I'm sorry to say. But really, it has been a pleasure spending the last hour and 10 minutes with you all. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend start wherever you are located. If you're watching this in Syndicate, thank you so much for tuning in and enjoying the recording. Things are going great. We will be at sea next Saturday as well. So stay tuned to all of our socials to find out if we're going to be doing another Sail Talk Saturday for you next weekend. We get in to Miami on the 23rd of March, which is a Monday. So I guess we have a little bit more than 7 days at sea ahead of us. But it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to be posting as much as we can without making it too boring or to lose that excitement. So stay tuned to the channel for all of that. We are having a wonderful time here on board the Norwegian Luna, and we are so excited to bring all of these details to you. So with that, Blake, thank you so much for the encouragement that you are sending there in the chat. I think I am going to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for being part of our Saturday. It's been a pleasure spending it with you. I hope that everyone out there has a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And until you can get on onto your next cruise, stay here because we'll take you on our journeys with us. All right. I'm going to, yes, it's been great meeting you as well, Ruth Ann. Thank you so much for chiming in on the chats. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera over to the sunset and let you watch it as we sail into it. I'll let it play for a little bit before I say farewell. So again, thank you so much for being here and enjoy the views of this beautiful sunset here on the Atlantic Ocean. You know what? I'll even give you a little bit of music. Let's see if we can find something nice. A little AI-generated lo-fi music for your enjoyment. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Be good. Go on cruises. Share your experiences with us, please. And we'll see you soon. And I'll pull your comments up onto the screen because those are great. You get a little bit of the ambient noise from the bar nearby. That's fantastic, Blake. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday or whatever day it is that you're tuning in. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe.